Okay, now this Pottery Glaze color is Denim Blue. Now this is a non-reactive glaze, which means when you put it on, you put 3 coats of just this glaze, because I know you've seen the picture of a mug that I did, has texture in it. It's sort of, I think it's called the tile mug, and it's on the grid of pictures that's on Facebook right now. And that Pottery Glaze is one of the non-reactive glazes. So if I was to just put this on, and you're going to see the color anyway after I fire it, I'm just going to put 3 coats of Denim Daze on, and it's still going to be a two-tone look, but it's not, if you put another color on top of it, it's not really going to do anything. It's not a reactive color. But that being said, by it not being too much of a reactive color, meaning you can put it on the 3 coats and you're still going to get a two-tone look with it, you're also able to put design on top of it, which is not going to fuzz up. It's going to be nice and crisp. So we're going to do this. It's a very simple project. So you're going to put 3 coats of Denim Daze on it. Then I'm going to use Fun Stroke Black Lab and a stamp. That's all we're going to use. Now what happens with the stamp, when you stamp on top of these glazes, these non-reactive glazes, they're pottery glazes, when you stamp on this, even though I'm stamping with a black Fun Stroke, the black Fun Stroke is going to, it's going to have like a brownish antique look to it, which is a really cool look. It looks really nice. And so that's all you're going to do. It's just really 2 steps to this. It's very, very simple. And it's going to be a really nice look. Now, the Fun Strokes, some people say, well, if you put Fun Strokes on, don't you have to clear glaze it? Well, you don't, because you have pottery glazes covering the whole thing. You're going to put the Fun Strokes on as a stamp. It's just going to fire into the pottery glaze. And you'll see the picture of how it looks when it's done. So, so this does not require clear glaze. None of the pottery glazes do. And as long as that's on first, as long as you got that on covering the whole thing, it should be good. Okay, so I am going to do this canister. And like I said, I'm going to cover it with 3 coats of this Denim Daze. I'm going to purposely not go in the same direction on this, because I wanted to give, if you, on these non-reactive glazes, if you do them in the same direction, you might get like a kind of, not streaky, but you'll be able to see that that's the way you did it after it's fired. Sort of, you know. Now I might like that look, and there's some things that I do, like if I'm going to put trees all over this, then I may want the background, you know, to just go up and down so that I have a look of, you know, kind of, it will show that a little bit. But because I want this kind of just, you know, randomly, I want to show that this Denim Daze, I want to really show that two-tone look. So I'm just going to go kind of zigzag it, okay? So I'm going to do this. I'm going to kind of zigzag it, just go any direction, no particular way, you know. Now this is not going to have clear glaze, so I have to also cover the whole inside also, because I want to use it. Okay, so that's my 3rd coat of the Denim Daze on the outside of the canister. Now I still got to do 3 coats on the inside. So this does have to dry. Okay, now I have 3 coats of Denim Blue on this whole canister, okay? Now this is our new canister with, it's got a bamboo type cover. It has, you know, the little band in here, so it suctions right down. It's really nice. It's really pretty. You'll see it in the pictures. When I don't want to put it on now because I got glazes on there, but because when it comes, you know, it has this you know, in there. Sometimes when you're glazing something, anything, even like the mugs, the travel mugs, sometimes in this area right here, because when they make them, they're probably fitting the lids to the canister or whatever, and they have them in there. And there's a spot that sometimes you can't get at with the glaze. It just keeps coming off. So I was noticing that when I did this, I seen it very, very slight. But this one actually is really nice. But just go over it really lightly with the soft fan brush. Don't try to put it on heavy, because the more you brush, the more it will do that. I don't know if you can see it in here. So you can see, like, right at the very tip of it, you want to make sure that, you know, if you want to cover that, I mean, I know it's on the inside, but just go over it real heavy. It's kind of, it'll cover, but you just need to do it lightly. If you try to brush it too much, it'll just pull the paint off again, okay? So now this canister is ready for me for my next step, which is my design. So now I'm gonna get, I told you, the black lab. I'm gonna just put a little bit of black lab out here. And I don't need that much, but okay, now I'm gonna get a small sponge, because I'm gonna do this little leaf pattern all over it. Now, just so you know, this leaf pattern, we don't sell stamps. Gare doesn't sell stamps, but this, you know, I take the wood, I get the wooden stamps, and sometimes because it's rounded, it's just a pain to put on round pieces. So I'll usually tear it off the wood. You know, usually they can come off, and then when I'm done with it, I kind of chop it back on there. It'll still stick a little, but so that's what I do to my stamps, so it's easier to, you know, to bend. It's more bendable to go around. Now, we don't sell stamps, but I know almost everybody in the industry knows Mike Harbridge. He has some fantastic stamps, some beautiful, big, nice stamps without the backing on it. They don't have that wooden backing, so they work really nice. You know, some of them are really big, and they can go right around like something like this. It would be beautiful on this canister. So you can use that also. Okay, so what I'm going to do is show you how to stamp this. Never take the stamp and stick it in the paint. You either have to brush it on or sponge it on. I use the sponge because it's quick and it's easy, so I dip my sponge into the black, but then I sponge it off a little bit so that it ain't really globby and thick. So when you use the sponge, it sort of goes really nice, you know, as far as getting just, you know, where it needs to get with the sponge. So now I'm going to start putting these stamps on. So make sure you get the whole thing down. And you just keep going with it. You just put very, very light coat on. I'm not putting it on too heavy. Okay, now I'm going to just put these on the canister kind of randomly, as you can see. It goes along real quick, and like I said, here's another one that's just another piece that's very, very easy to do. The stamp don't have to be on there perfect either. The other thing about the stamps is you can also, you can take a stamp in. Now I could put this on again, and with just that one thing, and get like a nice lighter. I could just alternate, put like a dark one and then the second one be a little bit lighter. Maybe I'll do that on the other side of the canister so you can see what that would look like, because the stamps look nice too if they're not on really heavy. These are on a little bit heavy. So I'm just going to try to fill up my space, but leave some spaces around it so you can see that this is what these are, is a leaf. Okay, so you see the look it's giving me now, okay? So this is going to be a pretty blue with a two-tone look with an antique looking stamp on there, because that black is going to look brown on these colors, okay? On this particular color and any of these new type non-reactive pottery glazes. That's it. We'll see how that looks tomorrow.